That's the essence of true hot rodding.
Heck yeah.
Oh yeah. Good morning from Joliet, Illinois. It is May 27th, 2021. It's 10 in the morning. I got a late checkout because what we got to do is fix the leaking thermostat housing gasket on Big Bob. It leaked a lot of radiator fluid last night as we were driving. But it's leaking down, and then the fan is blowing it down and around all of the front axle and driving. So hopefully we can get this done really quickly here in the parking lot. Cross your fingers, and we'll get back on the road without any coolant or major leak problems, other than his oil consumption and rear main leak. I just made the fatal mistake of opening this stupid box upside down, and so now all of the bits are, yeah. Way to go, Frank. Nonetheless, we've got our new thermostat housing gasket here and the stuff we should need to do the job. All right, we'll get this guy out, which is already loose, thanks to failing yesterday. And thankfully, this didn't strip or snap. This one over here. There we go. Sweet. I just need to clean up these threads really good before I put it back in. And the thermostat housing, you can slide over away from our compressor mount here and pop them out. Cool. As you guys can see, that's where the gasket had failed, and then it was leaking out on that side, down onto the side of the engine, and then as the fan was going, it was just blowing the coolant everywhere. We'd gone down to about 5 inches in here, probably a bottle and a half of coolant, I bet, is gonna need to refill it. But nonetheless, we'll get our mating surfaces cleaned up here on the bottom side of the housing and on the manifold, and we should be good to go. Fingers crossed for us. There we go. Okay, cool. We're gonna get our mating surface here on the housing cleaned up. Let's go ahead and scrape that nice and clean. Damn gasket blew off in the wind, and I was just searching around the parking lot to find it frantically, and thankfully I freaking found it. So yeah, let's not lose this again, Frank. Back to work. Put this underneath the radiator cap. This old gasket out of here. There it is. Goodbye to that. Get this cleaned off. Alright, we've now wiped our mating surfaces clean here on the manifold, as well as the bottom side, the housing. And we can go ahead and get the Permatex going. Just gonna lay a nice little coating down. very thin little layer just to give a little extra security that it's going to stick and seal up. Just like that. Just a little. Housing gasket. It's about right to me. Have it kind of push the gasket over as I got to wedge the bottom of this housing between the mount here for the compressor. So I might need my 2 hands. Back in place. Clean our threads out of these bolts. All right, we've got our hardware going back in to the housing itself. And then we can get this thing mounted down. Thermostat housing bolts are nice and tight. Hopefully we'll just go down the road and check the torque on these a little bit. Checked our oil and fluid here on the compressor too. That's still full. We'll go ahead and kind of degrease and clean off all this fluid so this way we can know if it's leaking again. We don't want to see this puddle still here, so we'll get rid of that puddle. And fingers crossed, we got no more leaks now. And we'll top her off with some more fluid, coolant, and we'll get heading down the road. Alrighty. Now we'll add some more coolant, and hopefully this coolant never leaves this radiator. That was like a fifth of that bottle. One more here. Precision pour, don't let me down. Nice. In our overflow reservoir too.
Thank you. You got it.
What's your name?
My name is Hank.
Hank, I'm Frank.
Okay, Frank. Well, you enjoy your service time and,
Thank you.
you know, really stay out of harm's way.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. Okay, you have a good day.
Thanks, Hank. You too. You gotta love the people you meet on your road trip sometimes. It's just, you can't predict stuff like that. You can't predict the people you're gonna meet. Cool. Nice to meet you, Hank. So, we should be good to go. All fluids are topped off, oil's topped off, overflow reservoir topped off, radiators topped off. We checked this compressor's line, and so let's go get Alex and give this thing a crank. Morning, beautiful. What are we doing?
Leaving.
We are getting out of here. Thermostat housing gasket is fixed, so we're gonna crank up Big Bob here, and hopefully once it gets up to temperature, there's no leaks. So let's see what happens. Big Bob is rolling. All right. Just let him warm up for a second, and then we'll go check for leaks. Big Bob is running. We'll let him get up to temperature, and hopefully we got no leaks over there. Cruising at a solid 59 miles per hour coming through Illinois. We just got the radiator and everything checked up. Getting a lot of waves, a lot of nods out here, a lot of nice rigs on the road, and hopefully we don't hit you shiver. Crossing over the Mississippi River, leaving Illinois, heading to Iowa. It's about 4 o'clock Wednesday. And yeah, one of my favorite states. There we are. Entering Iowa. Woo-hoo! Here we are. Well, here we are in western Iowa. It's kind of rainy and foggy and gross, and it's 41 degrees. And Alex and I are pretty cold. Scooting along down the highway. We're doing good on temperature still. We're scooting down the highway. We just saw Kevin and his girlfriend before. It was really cool. We got dinner together. But Alex and I are both really cold, tired, and done for the day. And it's just kind of misty and miserable on the road. But we're about an hour away from Omaha. And if we get there tonight, that means we can hopefully make it to Cheyenne, Wyoming tomorrow night, and then finish out the trip by Saturday. So, fingers crossed, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Started day 4 here in beautiful Lincoln, Nebraska. The truck has developed a worse exhaust leak. The passenger manifold is leaking, and we can smell it in the cab pretty bad. Yellow auto body man's tape. I've used this stuff for everything, to include painting cars, but it's also great for like stuff on the road. So I've plugged up all the holes on the firewall to stop exhaust fumes from coming in the cab. I also found that part of the oil leak was the valve cover was a little bit loose, so I tightened that up, so maybe now we'll slow our oil consumption down a little bit. I'm gonna top them off here and hit the road, and we're aiming for Cheyenne tonight. So it's a 6.5 hour drive for a normal car, 8 hours for us. So wish us luck as we venture onward to Cheyenne. Heading out of Lincoln, Nebraska. About to get back on the highway. And we've got 448 miles to go until we're in Cheyenne. Let's do this. So we're merging back onto 80 West. We got 6 hours and 17 minutes in a normal car, so probably 8 hours at our speed. We're trying to get to Cheyenne. It looks like our little plug job of masking tape in the engine compartment worked, because it doesn't smell that bad here anymore. Alex is bundled up. It's still chilly today. I don't know what it says, but it's probably like 50-something degrees. But the good news is I also tightened up the valve cover, maybe stop a little bit more on the oil leak. And yeah, I think Bob is trucking along here. We've got him doing almost 58 to 60 miles per hour at this point of the trip, so we should be getting there hopefully soon. Bob is thirsty. Filling up here in somewhere in Nebraska again. It's like 50-something degrees. We're cold. But the Super Bee hasn't fallen through the bed yet. That's a good thing. And we'll get there. The Big Bob's dongle is a little bit dongling over here, and hey-o! Dave's got a little snack. It's still a little bit cold over here. We're in the middle of Nebraska. I don't know, we're probably not in the middle yet, but we're moving at least. We're doing like 63 miles an hour. It's still kind of chilly. We got the windows open to get a cross strap to get the exhaust out of here. We're doing it. Almost 4 o'clock, and the sun is finally coming out and poking through, so we're warming up a little bit in here. A little bit nicer now, slightly warmer. Probably a little above 60. We're feeling better now.
Hi.
Hey! Doing a little walk around. I ran out of wood for that one.
Okay.
How's Bob looking over here? Got a little Casey's Pizza, having lunch here in Kearney, Nebraska. Alex is on the walk around. A little check. Getting a little wood chafing. Yeah. Always made it this far. Just got to top off the old oil a little bit, and we're good to go. Lodgepole, met this cool dude Paul with his 400 4-speed Pontiac Firebird. Had a badass train just blow by. Beautiful sunset. Oh yeah, car people everywhere. He said that he hadn't taken that car out for a few months and he was just taking it for a cruise before it rained, and he just so happened to drive by through here, so meant to be, I guess. Anyway, here we go, back on the road. Big Bob. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful sunset colors. Golden skies. My baby babe. Heading out of Lanceport here in Nebraska. Cheyenne in no time. Wow. Man. Pretty clouds out there too. Last parts of Nebraska here. Saw that lightning. Storm out ahead. Nice train running with us. After 9 o'clock, and we are in Pine Bluffs, about to pull into Wyoming. Got some really cool thunderstorms out there to the north, and we should be coming up here on the right to the Welcome to Wyoming sign. There it is. Welcome to Wyoming. Here we are. Finally, we're in the beautiful part of the country where you get some scenic landscape and all the cool stuff. Thunderstorms up there right now. Mountains. Heck yeah. We had to pull over for a minute because this thunderstorm is way too cool out there, and Last time we came through this part of Wyoming, we stopped in the same part of the road and watched a train go by. This time we're catching some sick thunderstorms out there. It's a little stuff like this that makes road trips really cool. Just looking through the lights Alex put in the Super V. Here in Laramie, here in Cheyenne, here in Nebraska, here in Nevada. So here's Cheyenne.
We're in Big Bob.
Can't get, we're in Big Bob. We can't get a hotel room because everyone's traveling now all of a sudden. There are 0 rooms available unless it's a dingy, crappy room that we're not doing in town. And the same thing is what it looks like for 40 minutes down the road in Laramie too. So we're kind of a little stressing right now on where we're gonna sleep. We're kind of homeless, but hey, our friend Brian over here, the manager at the Fairfield Inn Marriott, which is one of our favorite spots here, could maybe get us a room later, but who knows.
Let's just sleep in the parking lot for 3 hours and then we can get a room in here.
We could just sleep in Big Bob.
Ugh.
Okay, no.
We slept in the Buick last time. It's not doable.
No, it sucks. So stay tuned. Maybe we'll get a room, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll sleep under Big Bob. We'll find out. Favorite parts about Cheyenne. The trains. Here's our friend Brian. So from our first trip across country, we hit with the Buick, and now we're back here again. So we were talking hot rods for a while. We think we got a room next door, so we'll see what happens. But either way, we're looking forward to seeing you again, Brian.
And y'all watching this, keep in mind that these people will drive what they thought was an old farm truck all the way across the country to pick up a car and drive it back. That's the essence of true hot rodding.
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm not just saying it, you made my night.
Oh, we're glad. Good.
Alright.
Well,
see
take
you
care,
later,
Brian. All right, well, here we go.
Laramie.
Off to Laramie. We found us a hotel, and we're no longer homeless. For now.
Till next time.
Till next time. He's got that 55 Nomad that he wants me to do, and it's currently in North Carolina, which I guess it wouldn't take us. It wouldn't take us to Cheyenne again.
No!
Hey, we're going south now.
No.
It's warm in the south. All right.
No.
We got more cars to pick up. We didn't get Big Bob just to do one trip. Big Bob.
I'm in a divorce.
What? We didn't even get married yet. Then we're gonna go buy and pick up more cars around the country.
No.
But for now, we gotta get to Laramie. We got us a beautiful moon out here. And yeah, so long to our friends here in Cheyenne. But we are on the road again. These big windmill farms look like aliens out there at night. It's so creepy. It's like out there blinking. So here we are on the road to Laramie. 40 minutes to go. Finally, about 1 in the morning, we're here in Laramie. And we can get some sleep. We will see you guys in the morning. Don't block the pump. Don't leave your car unattended. Anyway, Big Bob and the Sinclair dinosaur. That's a cool shot. If it isn't a Big Bob moment, I don't know what it is. Absolutely incredible. The clutch just went out. Might be able to trick it into gear.
How are you gonna get it in a second?
Probably not.
Oh my god. You got cooking under there.
Big Bob is making some bacon for us, it looks like.